Atha, in the context of Buddhism, refers to benefit, advantage, gain, or welfare. It encompasses various aspects of well-being and spiritual fulfillment that are sought after in the pursuit of the Buddhist path. Atatha, translated as gain for oneself or one's own welfare, is a concept in Buddhism that emphasizes the importance of pursuing spiritual development and well-being for oneself. In Buddhist teachings, Atatha acknowledges the intrinsic value of personal spiritual growth and liberation. It emphasizes the responsibility of individuals to work towards their own enlightenment and liberation from suffering, nibbana or nirvana. This pursuit of Atatha is not considered selfish, but rather as an essential aspect of the spiritual journey, which ultimately benefits oneself and others. Atatha involves cultivating wholesome qualities of mind and heart, also entails the sincere aspiration to attain enlightenment and liberation from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth samsara. Atatha emphasizes personal responsibility for one's own spiritual welfare, while guidance and support from spiritual teachers and the community are valuable. Individuals are ultimately responsible for their own progress on the path. This requires commitment, effort, and perseverance in the practice of mindfulness, meditation, and ethical living. While pursuing Atatha involves prioritizing one's own spiritual well-being, it is also important to balance self-care with compassion for others. Cultivating loving kindness and compassion towards oneself and others is integral to the Buddhist path, and individuals are encouraged to extend care and support to others on their spiritual journey. Overall, Atatha underscores the importance of self-awareness, self-development, and self-transformation in the pursuit of spiritual growth and liberation in Buddhism. It highlights the intrinsic value of personal well-being and fulfillment, which ultimately contributes to the welfare and happiness of all beings. Paratha, translated as gain for others or others' welfare, is a concept in Buddhism that emphasizes the importance of altruism, compassion, and benevolent action for the benefit and well-being of others. It stands in contrast to Atatha, which refers to one's own welfare or gain. This includes the sincere wish for others to be free from suffering and to experience happiness and well-being. Compassion and loving kindness are regarded as fundamental virtues in Buddhism and serve as the basis for benevolent action. Altruistic action is seen as a means of expressing compassion and fulfilling one's moral obligation to contribute to the welfare of others. In Mahayana Buddhism, the Bodhisattva ideal embodies the spirit of Paratha. Bodhisattvas are beings who aspire to attain enlightenment not only for their own benefit, but also for the benefit of all sentient beings. They dedicate themselves to alleviating the suffering of others and guiding them on the path to liberation. Paratha also involves the practice of generosity and service towards others. Generosity is seen as a virtuous action that brings benefit to both the giver and the recipient, fostering a sense of interconnectedness and mutual support within the community. Service involves actively working for the welfare of others, whether through charitable acts, volunteering, or supporting social causes. Overall, Paratha underscores the importance of selflessness, compassion, and altruism in the Buddhist path. It highlights the interconnected nature of existence and the mutual responsibility to contribute to the welfare and happiness of all beings. By cultivating Paratha, individuals not only benefit others, but also contribute to their own spiritual growth and liberation. Abhyatha, translated as gain both for oneself and for others, or welfare both of oneself and of all others, is a concept in Buddhism that emphasizes the interconnectedness of individual and collective well-being. It represents a balanced approach to spiritual practice and ethical living that seeks to benefit both oneself and all sentient beings. In Buddhist teachings, Abhyatha acknowledges the interdependence of personal welfare Tatha and the welfare of others Paratha. It recognizes that the pursuit of individual enlightenment and liberation is inseparable from the aspiration to alleviate the suffering of others and contribute to their well-being. The Bodhisattva path exemplifies the spirit of Abhyasa. Bodhisattvas aspire to attain enlightenment not only for their own benefit, but also for the benefit of all sentient beings. They dedicate themselves to serving others selflessly and working tirelessly to alleviate suffering and guide beings to liberation. Abhyasa represents a holistic approach to spiritual practice and ethical living that integrates personal development with compassionate action for the welfare of all beings. It emphasizes the inseparability of individual and collective well-being and encourages individuals to cultivate virtues and engage in actions that benefit both themselves and others. Through the pursuit of Abhyasa, individuals can contribute to the creation of a more compassionate, just, and harmonious world. Ditha Dhammakartha, translated as benefits obtainable here and now, the good to be won in this life, or temporal welfare, is a concept in Buddhism that emphasizes the tangible benefits and well-being that individuals can experience in their present lives as a result of practicing the Dharma. By following the ethical precepts of Buddhism and living in accordance with moral principles, individuals can experience immediate benefits in their lives. While Buddhism does not prioritize material wealth and possessions, ethical living and wise stewardship of resources can lead to a comfortable and sustainable livelihood. Ditha Dhammakartha highlights the practical benefits and tangible improvements that individuals can experience in their present lives through the practice of the Dharma. It underscores the relevance of Buddhist teachings to everyday life and encourages individuals to cultivate virtues, wisdom, and compassion for their own well-being and the welfare of others in the here and now. Samparayikatha, translated as the good to be won in the life to come or spiritual welfare, is a concept in Buddhism that refers to the ultimate goal of spiritual practice, which is liberation from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth samsara, and the attainment of enlightenment nibbana. Encompasses the long-term spiritual benefits and outcomes that individuals can attain beyond their present lives, while Ditha Dhammakartha focuses on the immediate benefits and well-being that individuals can experience in their current circumstances. Samparayikatha emphasizes the transcendent and ultimate goal of the spiritual path. Paramartha, translated as the highest good or final goal, refers to the ultimate aim and aspiration of Buddhist practice, which is the realization of nibbana, the absence of greed, hatred, and delusion, and the experience of profound peace, freedom, and unshakable happiness. It is the extinguishment of the fires of craving, ignorance, and suffering, leading to the complete liberation of the mind. Ultimate reality is free from the imperfections and limitations of the conditioned world, and is beyond concepts, language, and dualistic thinking. Overall, Atha represents the multifaceted notion of benefit, welfare, and fulfillment in Buddhism, encompassing both worldly and spiritual dimensions. It underscores the importance of leading a virtuous and meaningful life, cultivating wholesome qualities of mind and heart, and working towards the ultimate goal of enlightenment and liberation for oneself and others.